Charles Cady with Abe Lyman's original California Orchestra and Do You Believe in Dreams? Euphoric Distortion on a Brunswick 78. And I'm listening it on too, in case there's anyone there. Maybe not, it's not really the day anyone's hanging around, but I'll just play records because I want to hear. I'm sampling actually because this week, earlier in the week, before I went away, I had to do the Christmas shopping and we all went down to the Antique Centre. And we thought we'd get second-hand Christmas presents this year. Well, I got myself a really interesting present. I found a huge box of 78s, and they are all in completely perfect condition. Not a scratch on them. They are mirror perfect. And I don't think these records have ever been played. So I'm keen to sample them. I'd like to hear. In fact, they're dated and everything. It comes from a very organised collection, and the whole lot was only $10. Incredible. This one is dated April 47 and it's Artie Shaw and the band, and the name of the track is Let's Walk. Let's have a listen. I'm very interested to hear how these sound. Artie Shaw and the band, a track called Let's Walk from April 1947. New stash of 78s, and we're testing here on 160 and UHF. In fact, I can give you some ambience while I turn the record over. Someone's practicing in the next room. Can't quite do the OB thing today. Yeah, this record is unplayed. The other side is the Glider. It's from the 1947 Super Rhythm Style series on Parlophone. This is exciting. I have many records in perfect condition. And they're not really my usual pass band, which is sort of 20s hits, but music from the 40s is pretty good too. So we'll have a listen to side B, but I'll play this without the noise reduction system. What I'll do is I'll play it raw. Now it will have a bit of surface noise, but it may have a little more presence. We'll see. So yeah, we'll have a listen to the Glider, Artie Shaw and the band in the groove, and let's tune in. Artie Shaw and the band on a Parlophone 78. Now I did a switch across to the noise reduction. Now I'm keen to hear, it does sound a little bit compressed, so I wonder how that last chorus sounds. You have to put up with a little bit of crackle. It's sort of a native characteristic of these records, but let's have a listen to the original sound. So that sounds incredibly dynamic, really effective. Interesting. Well, there we go. I'll have to see what I can do about dressing these records up and putting them up on the tube, do a bit of a pro zoot. We might be able to bring out some really interesting full frequency range response from them. They hold prospect. That was the Glider, Artie Shaw. Now I'm going to put this back in the right covers. I'm notorious for just piling the records up and forgetting what covers, but someone is been very organised here and written the date for every record. This one is from April 1947, and We have another parlophone on the other table. At this point in time, we'll have a listen to that now. And again, it's Artie Shaw. There must have been a bit of a theme here. Artie Shaw certainly gets a Guernsey. And I think the name of this track is You Do Something For Me. So there we go, parlophone, I think it's on, I think we're ready, and all we have to do is push on and advance, and we will use the noise reduction.
Something to me, something that simply mystifies me. Oh, tell me, why should it be? You have the power to hypnotize me. Let me your spell, do that voodoo that you do so well. For you do something to me that nobody else could do.
So I couldn't find my headphones there. Yay, music of Artie Shaw and the band, and sampling a new stash of 78s which has come into this orbit. Records.
Was that Sinatra?
I don't know. I don't think it was, Frank. I think it might have been Mel Torme.
No, it certainly wasn't Mel Torme, Steve. I could have sounded a lot like Sinatra to me.
Yeah, sure. Now, look, I'll just check it out. Oh, no, Teddy Walters.
Oh, okay. Gee, it was a good voice.
Sure. Yeah, really lovely voice. So just trying out some really interesting new collection of records.
Op shop?
Yeah. We sort of decided this year we'd do all of our Christmas shopping in the big antique bazaar.
Yeah, no, that's the way to go.
And everyone's really into retro here. I don't know why.
Why not?
But they are. So my daughters and everyone wants to get retro stuff. So, yeah, I went for the ride and I was walking around the stalls and a fellow came out and said, oh, I see you're looking through the 78s. I got a whole lot more here. I don't know what to do with them.
Had to buy them all.
Oh, and he said you can have the whole lot for $10. So I got another crate of records. But the exciting thing, it's really good. There's a whole stack of them.
How are you?
Yeah, really good. Well, I've just got to tell you that these records are all in perfect condition. They've almost never been played.
That sounded lovely.
They're really mint. It's exciting. So Yeah, this is a new thing. Most of the popular recordings I've got here are all compromised. So, yeah, it's exciting stuff. So we'll sample these over the next little while and, yeah, see what's there. Mostly stuff from the 40s, and someone's very organised and catalogued them all and written the date that they purchased them on each cover. So I've got to make sure I've returned them to the right covers.
Well, yeah, keep the orders going there.
Yeah, I think so. So we'll do that. But look, everything's fine. Yep, look, I've just got back from a walk, did a fantastic walk up in the high plains.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, it was good, but I tell you what, I realised how unfit I am. Doing all that alpine walking and carrying a heavy pack. Oh, I'm going to have to really take...
Running up hills is something else again, or walking up hills, rather.
Yes, and...
my son did a half marathon uphill.
Oh, really? Oh, gosh.
Up in the Dandenongs a couple of weeks ago.
Really? Well, that's certainly high endurance. Yeah, look, but I have to say the wildflowers were in absolute abundance, and I had good reason to stop and just admire so many orchids and so many beautiful small plants. It was just a sea of colour. It was just beautiful, Frank.
There's all the rain and...
Yeah, that's right. And we went to Bryce's Gorge, which is quite remote. Actually, it's very close to where those campers disappeared.
Oh, yes.
It's up near the Warrangata Valley.
Yeah.
But there's this gorge called Bryce's Gorge, and it's got two magnificent waterfalls. And usually they're not running much in summer, but they were spectacular. They had rainbows through them. They were just really dramatic and a massive escarpment. And I tell you what, it was such a highlight, just the sounds and just the whole, experience of being in that area.
Immersed in it.
Oh, look, I just want to go back. I don't want to be back in the city.
Probably will.
I think so. Next week I'll go back and do something. So, yes, it was really, really good. A lot of driving, though. This area is 3 hours from north of Lacola. So, Lacola's already 3 hours from Melbourne. So you're just going on snaking along these really windy dirt roads, and you eventually get to the destination. But just great alpine country, lots of black sallies, the huge old, these trees are hundreds and hundreds of years old. They're sort of squat because the snow gums, the cold truncates them and makes them sort of tortured shapes, and magnificent expressions of nature they are. And it brought back the alpine walk, which is probably one of the more important things I've ever done. It was the alpine walk back in 90s Mumble.
Yeah.
And going back to this area, I haven't been back much since that time because I've had family and things. But going back and just seeing that area, it's magnificent country. It really is. We're so lucky to have just great tracts of beautiful alpine bush.
So they can remain unspoiled.
I hope so. I hope they remain unspoiled. And but there's vast areas, and they've had major fires in recent times, and the evidence of the fires is still there. But remarkably, these ancient trees, they resprout from the roots. So the root stock and the base of these trees is hundreds of years old. But they're all fairly short, because nothing can sort of grow too tall in that country, because of all the snow.
Oh, of course, the snow.
Yes,
I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah. So it spends most of good part of the year under snow. So that's the situation up there. It's quite high. It's up around 1,800 metres, most of it. So that's the situation. But anyhow, look, it was good to catch up last week, and
yes, very good.
Yeah, it was most excellent.
It was a wonderful afternoon, really.
Yeah, it was really good. And so look, I'm decided I will come up tonight. I won't make it a very long program, but I'll come up because I'd like to play a little bit of a recording of the great cantor who was at Leipzig in
Eddie Cantor.
Not Eddie Cantor, but a choral choirmaster at Bach's Church, St. Thomas's in Leipzig.
Oh, God, yes.
Yes, there's a...
They're cantors?
Yes, that's right, yes. And it's a historic recording of Mr. Remin. Gustav Remin, I can't remember his first name, but it's a historic recording that I've been able to get access to, and I got it through a forum that I belong to, and it was disseminated, sort of not that very public way. So I'm quite pleased to have been able to get this file, and I'd love to play it. And it's a historic recording from 1955, and it's in stereo, but we won't hear it in stereo. It's in binaural, actually. and very early stereo, and it's off a tape that someone's been able to procure. But it is the Christmas, or it's 3 of the cantatas from the Christmas oratorio. Sadly, the conductor passed away in the middle of the project. So yeah, he died quite young. But look, it's
we're going to do the whole 6, were we?
unfortunately we haven't got the 6, but we got 3 of them, and we might hear some select movements. And but I'd really like to play it, and I'll play it again on Christmas morning because it's.
You played the first one today here.
Oh, did you? Wonderful.
Yeah, we're going to try and do one a day, I think.
Yeah, what a great idea. It's a wonderful way to acknowledge Christmas. I find it sort of more relevant than the Messiah.
Yeah, it is. It is actually.
The Messiah's more
and the music
Easter,
is
isn't
just
it?
as good, at least.
Oh, look, it certainly is. But I'll also play some historical movements from the Messiah tonight as well. And there's a few things that have been put up on the tube, and there's a recording of Beecham in 1927 with some select movements, which I'd like to play.
Yeah, that would be excellent.
Yeah, so they're interesting, and there's a few other historic anecdotes. So we'll just sort of have a bit of
Is
Christmas
that
missions.
part of Messiah?
Yeah.
I've got a full recording of Tommy Beecham conducting Messiah.
Yes, he did it in the 40s as well, or early 50s.
It was early 50s, and
Yeah.
I don't know whether I've told you, he commissioned Eugene Goossens
Oh, yes.
to arrange it for him.
Oh, right, okay.
I
Oh,
think
gosh.
he plays in it as well.
Well, how about that? That'd be great.
It is a great. It's very interesting.
Yes.
As I recall, the Hallelujah chorus gets faster towards the end.
Wouldn't surprise me. It's yes. Well, the big forces, of course, and huge orchestra. But that wasn't abnormal in Handel's time too, having large forces.
Yeah, that's right.
So it would be most interesting to hear. Yeah, well, we might dial up something from that too. I'm sure that's online, so we might hear. Maybe we'll just hear a select few historical recordings of the Christmas oratorio of Bach and Handel's Messiah. We'll sort of indulge in some of that, and I will have a look out for that recording you just mentioned too there, Frank.
Yes.
Yay, all right.
I may or may not make it.
Sure. See how you
I've
place.
got a very big day tomorrow.
Totally understand. Yeah, I'll probably only go for an hour or so, and I'll just kick off at the usual
I'd
time.
like to. I really would.
Yeah, see how you place. It doesn't matter if you don't make it, that's fine. And but yeah, it's just celebrating in good music. Well, on the turntable I've got a recording of Gene Krupa and the band, and this is Opus number 1. And
Opus 1, yeah.
yes, Opus 1, big hit for him, I think.
Big swing number.
Yes, certainly is, and I think it's with Anita O'Day, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, she's great.
She is. So I think all we have to do is switch things in, and I reckon we're ready to go. And hopefully this record is in good condition as the others. I think it is. I think they're all in excellent condition. This is vk3sl.
In their brain to think of a name to give to this tune so Frankie can croon, and maybe old Bing will give it a fling, and that'll start everyone humming the thing. The melodies don't repeat and repeat, but if you can swing, it's got a good beat, and that's the main thing to make with the feet, 'cause rockin' rhythm's ruling the day, so they call it Opus 1. Come on, latch on and jump, hey, 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 it's Opus 1, there ain't no time to slump. Maybe if Benny the king would do it in swing, and old Mr. G could rock it for me. There's never a doubt you'll knock yourself out if ever you should hear of us words.
Terrific.
How about that?
Oh, yeah.
What a great track. Yes. Opus 1 with Anita O'Day and Gene Krupa and the band.
The swing at its best.
It really is. These are great examples, and someone's gone to the trouble of cataloguing them all and putting the dates on. So I'll just-
Somebody's really had a prize collection here.
Yeah, look, it's been really looked after. I've got to have to make sure I do the same and acknowledge the care it's been taken here. Now, here's
It's interesting to think of things like this that have been obviously curated and cared for and compiled with great love,
Yes.
ending up in op shops, isn't it?
I know, that's what happens. I know. At the end of the day, suddenly it loses that sort of close connection. Once
Well, people die, I
they
guess.
do, and then whatever the object is, just sort of goes into free wheel, and it may or may not land in the lap of someone else who looks after it and takes care.
This time it has, so that's great.
Yeah, well, I'm really thrilled. I'm looking forward to playing them all. Next, there's quite a few Woody Hermans here.
Excellent.
There's a track called Blue Flame. Is that known to you? Or
No, I don't know that
and the other side is The Blues Are Brewin'. I don't know. What do you reckon? I could play that one?
Well, I reckon the blues are brewing. The trees.
Yeah, it sounds. God, these records are perfect. They're not even. There's not one mark on them. So any noise is just native, shellac, bisque, coming through. But look, they're in really, really nice condition. So
They've obviously been treasured. Yeah.
they've been looked after. I don't think they've ever been played with a steel needle.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're sort of after that generation. They're from the 40s. But the Blues Are Brewing. We'll play it. And a vocal here is Woody Herman himself.
Oh, great.
So we'll check in with this. Put it on, and don't think I need to cue. I just need to start.
When the moon's kinda dreamy, starry-eyed and dreamy, and nights are luscious and long, if you're kinda lonely and all by your only, then nothing but the blues are brewing, the blues are brewing. When the wind through the willow blows across your pillow and says that sleeping is wrong, if love goes a-thirsting and you feel like bursting, then nothing but the blues are brewing, they're really brewing. Suppose you want somebody, but you ain't got nobody. You only got a gleam in your eye. Till somebody's found you and puts their loving arms around you, you got the feeling you want to die. But when the Lord up above you sends someone to love you, the blues are something you lose. You're so busy doing the things that you're doing that love ain't got the time for brewing the blues.
we go, Artie Shaw and Woody Herman in that instance. And name of the track is The Blues Are Brewin' with Woody himself on the vocal on that record.
Great stuff.
It is good. It's from the Swing Music series on Columbia. And that was number 45 in the series. And I'm just being careful to put it back in the right cover.
There's a whole good collection of swing, you know. It's an obvious collector, I would say.
Yeah, it seems like it because there's a lot of recordings by the same artist. There's a half a dozen Woody Hermans, and now there's a whole stack of Artie Shaws.
Oh, well, there you are.
Yeah, so here's one Artie Shaw and his orchestra called Blues. It says Blues Part 1 and Blues Part 2.
There you go.
Okay, well, this is from the 1942 series, and it's from the Lenox Avenue Suite. So by William Grant Still, it says. But, lovely. These records are good condition. This is just absolute magic because I'm forever sort of battling this business of 78s, which have been, overplayed and well loved. But these have been treated really well. This is incredible.
80 years old, amazing. Isn't it?
Yeah, totally. This is exciting. All right, well, Swing Music Series 1942. The name of the track is Blues. Artie Shaw and his orchestra. This is an HMV, Australian laminated pressing. I'm vk3sl.
And vk3jr.
We're testing on 160 and UHF.
Yeah.
There's a track simply entitled The Blues, Artie Shaw, and the band from 1942. And I reckon if I got the stylus profile right, and I'd use a truncated elliptical stylus, and with a bit of judicious noise reduction, that would sound like a hi-fi recording. It would come up beautifully, I'm sure. Two sides of a 10-inch record there. And
Very good indeed.
yeah, and it's from the Lennox Avenue suite by
Any Benny Goodman?
I don't know if there is. I'm only sort of just looking at the top part of the pile at the moment. Now, I need to be careful here. Put the record back in the right
Oh, yes,
cover.
absolutely. Don't get them,
That was
don't leave
purchased.
them out or they'll get scratched.
No, and also the dates will get mixed up. It was purchased in May 1947. I'm just riffing through the pile. Here we go. Dizzy Gillespie and his orchestra. Oh,
He's launching out.
this could be good. Well, again, 1947, so Dizzy was a young man in
He was
47.
very young.
Sure.
He started out with Woody Herman, or he's one of his early,
Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
I'm not sure, one of the Sweden people.
Sure. Okay, well, we've got two tracks here. We've got Things to Come, and we've got one bass hit. Oh, what do you reckon?
Oh, it's things to come, I reckon.
Things to
It's
come.
auspicious.
All right, well, have a listen. 1947 Super Rhythm Style Series. This is number 40 in that series. A Parlophone 78. And we'll slap it on. Shellac on the table. And we'll have a listen. This is vk3sl. Well, there we go. High octane big band sounds from the 40s.
Nothing to swing about that.
God, that's incredible stuff, isn't it? That is as groundbreaking,
Yeah,
groundbreaking
Totally.
as Bix's stuff was in the 20s. When you think of that was 1947.
Not being born.
Yeah, it's like inhabiting a completely new space, really, aren't they? They're just
Totally.
just reinventing the genre. Hey, I'm loving this stuff. Now, I have to say, I've been riffing through the pile, and there's stacks and stacks of Dizzy. So
Oh, it's amazing. This guy's gone from swing.
Yeah.
He's moved into the bop era.
that's it. Quite incredible stuff. Oh, look, I'm really looking forward to this. Well, this will be a journey that'll last for weeks.
What good fun.
Yeah. So look, I'm gonna spin the disc and turn the other side. I want to hear one bass hit.
Oh, yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, it should be good. I've got to find a way of... I won't remember what I played when I haven't, but it doesn't matter, I suppose. So, 1947 Super Rhythm Style Series. This is number 39 in that series. It's a Parlophone 78, again in perfect nick. And I don't know if... they sound very, very good, but they'd sound perfect if I got the stylus profile exactly right. I could spend time and really dress these up, and I probably should put them up on YouTube.
I guess.
Could be good fun. Another project number 5027. So let's have a listen to Dizzy Gillespie and his orchestra, and it's called One Bass Hit. On the table, let's have a listen. vk3sl. Track called One Bass Hit, and it was Dizzy Gillespie and the band from 1947. In fact, it looks like this entire box of records is all from that year. So maybe there was a box of records for every year, and I've only just got one of the boxes.
Yeah,
so
go back to the op shop.
I'll have to go back and check the antique centre. Oh, golly gosh, what an exciting find.
That was really interesting because it was a big band, but Dizzy was soloing, obviously, doing his bebop thing.
Yeah.
But the big band was, it was like a swing band playing bebop.
Yes, interesting, isn't it? It's a transition, really, because
it's transitional.
Yeah. You've got the Dizzy Gillespie embroidery all through it, but you've got the sort of the stature and the solidity of the band behind. and great bass playing. I wonder who
Terrific. He got a nice little solo.
He certainly did. It was sort of prominent. That was great. Oh, process of discovery. We've got to find out more about these records. Find out who these artists. I don't really know much about what Dizzy was doing in this era.
No, I don't either.
So it's interesting to hear. Here's one with Frank Sinatra. And again, it's a Columbia Swing Music Series. These seems to be like their selections from anthologies. And this one's the Metronome All-Stars. And we've either got Sweet Lorraine or Nat Meet June.
Sweet Lorraine, I think.
Okay. Oh, the other side's got Nat Cole.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, we'll listen to both of these. We'll hear Sweet Lorraine with Frank Sinatra, and then we'll flip the disc and have a listen to Nat Meet June. And this will be very early, Nat Cole.
That's in the 40s.
Yeah, in the 40s. If it's got a date, no, the date's not on the cover of this one. But yeah, let's have a listen. Metronome All-Stars with young Frank Sinatra. It's a small hole, this record. It's a bit warped as well, but we'll get there.
Just found joy. I'm as happy as a baby boy when he's playing with a choo-choo toy. When I'm with my sweet Lorraine, she's got a pair of eyes that are bluer than the summer skies. When you see them, you're gonna realize why I love my sweet Lorraine. When it's raining, I don't miss the sun, 'cause it's in my sweetie's smile. Just to think that I'm the lucky one who will lead her down the aisle. Each night how I pray that nobody steals her heart away. I can't wait until that lucky day when I marry my Lorraine. When it's raining, I never miss the sun, 'cause it's in my sweetie's smile. Just to think that I'm the lucky one who's gonna lead her down the well-known aisle. Each night how I pray that nobody steals her heart away. I can't wait until that lucky day when I marry my Lorraine. That'll be the day when I marry my Lorraine.
Gee, but I'm lonesome
but I'm lonesome. Feel like I wanna cry. 'Cause the man I love has done gone and said goodbye.
Little girl, why do you have to cry? Little girl, why do you have to cry? You can find somebody else. All you have to do is try.
What a wonderful combo. Nat King Cole, and who's the female vocalist on that? I'll just check. It was Nat Cole. Interesting, before he was Nat King Cole. It was Nat Cole and June Christie.
Oh, June Christie, very young June Christie too.
Yeah.
She was sounding good. I knew she was, a band vocalist, but I couldn't pick her.
Sure.
Too young.
Yeah, Metronome All Stars, and prior to that we heard a very young Frank Sinatra and Sweet Lorraine. Oh,
Great record.
This is exciting stuff. I'm really quite intrigued by this. And
you should be. I'm sure you are.
Yeah, well, it's something that'll keep us going for a while, Frank. I think we'll, there's a few, there's about 50 of them here, I think.
Oh, terrific.
But they're a nice collection, a really well-appointed collection. Someone's obviously taken great care.
That's it, you see. It's just quite poignant, really.
Yeah, it is. It's quite moving. I always find that when people sort of when you sort of get a sense of what the personal connection was, it sort of...
Looking into their lives, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Someone's really cherished these. And all the covers are perfect. It's like they've just been bought from the store. They've even got on crayon on the side, the matrix numbers, and they've just bought them from the store, really looked after them and kept them together. Oh, gosh, there's so much here. I don't know. Where do we go?
There's plenty of time.
Yeah, there certainly is. I mean, it's just, here's a random one. Here's another Woody Herman. No Greater Love, accompanied by the Four Chips.
The Four Chips.
But the wonderful thing, Frank, is that they're in beautiful condition.
Yeah, that's the difference, isn't it?
It really makes a huge difference. Yeah.
Well, it's just more evidence of the fact that the owner cared about them. He was a collector.
Yes, that's right. Exactly. Just cherished them, looked after them. So on one side we've got That's My Desire, and the other side is No Greater Love.
My Desire, it's a really nice song.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song, isn't it? I recall the Frankie Lane version of this.
Yeah, that's the one. I just mentioned that.
Well, we'll hear it's Woody Herman's singing on this, but accompanied by the Four Chips, whoever they were. So we'll put the song. It's a Columbia 78, and again, it's in beautiful condition, and we'll tune in.
to spend one night with you in our old rendezvous and reminisce with you. That's my desire, to go where gypsies play, down in some dim cafe, and dance till break of day. That's my desire. We'll sip a little glass of wine, I'll gaze into your eyes divine, I'll feel the touch of your lips pressing on mine, to hear you whisper low just when it's time to go. Darling, I love you so. That's my desire. To hear you whisper low, just when it's time to go. Darling, I love you so. That's my desire. That's my desire.
Woody Herman with a subset, evidently, of his orchestra there, and That's My Desire. Beautiful song, isn't it? It's such a... I find a deep personal connection with that song because it was... I used to listen to it on my grandfather's radiogram, sung by Frankie Lane.
Yes.
Same year, 1947, so I've dialed that up. In fact, the main computer's doing a update, as it always does when I need it.
It waits until you need it.
Exactly. Right when I need it, now it's doing another, let's finish setting up your device, it says. No, thank you. We'll save that for later. But I will have, on the iPad, I've got That's My Desire, and I think I've got it synced, so we'll just have a listen to the original Frankie Lane version, which I really do like. This is a piece that touches my heartstrings. vk3sl.
vk3sl.
Tuning in. I think it might take a longer time to queue up, but we're almost there. It's doing what it should, I think, I hope. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's not going to do what it should. Here, we're on board, I think.
To spend one night with you in our old rendezvous and reminisce with you. That's my desire, to meet where gypsies play down in some dim cafe and dance till break of day. That's my desire. We'll sip a little glass of wine. I'll gaze into your eyes divine. I'll feel the touch of your lips pressing on mine. To hear you whisper low just when it's time to go. Sherry, I love you so. You're my desire. To hear you whisper low just when it's time to go. Sherry, I love you so. You're my desire. You're my desire.
That was Frankie Lane from 1947, That's My Desire.
Wasn't that the song that he sang when he made that appearance in his 90s?
He did. There's a recording of him sing at the age of 92. It's
Great stuff.
It's astonishing. He kept going. In fact, Frankie Lane was still, I think he was still producing albums in the 1990s, and he had a few cameo performances in the early 2000s, and astonishing career, really. 70-year career.
Especially starting the way he did.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I find his story really compelling. It's a real sort of rags to riches type story.
Yeah, but so well deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. In every sense. I mean, I think he tried something like 20 times to succeed. He just had so many failures, and he was sleeping on park benches, and he was doing everything he could, and those interviews with him in his later years reveal a very humble individual.
Yeah, I mean, just to have that, I don't know, self-faith or endurance or whatever.
Yes, tenacity is something. That's right. He must have had a deep feeling that he could connect with an audience, and he sang in a lot of lesser, jazz venues and things like that. And eventually he was discovered and then capitulated onto the world stage. But it took a very, very long time and a lot of endurance, and basically the worst type of poverty, really.
Park bench is not a good look, really.
Not good. And, he came from a Sicilian family who were involved with the mafia. He wanted to disconnect from that.
That's right.
So he wanted to be at arm's length from the association, and so he didn't have any support. It's just one of those crazy stories, amazing stories. But I've listened to several interviews of Frankie Lane in the later part of his life, and he's a really humble individual. He's someone who really sort of is very philosophical about his success, and it never really never went to his heart. So, and never went to his head, I should say. Yeah, look, I'll quickly touch base with a couple of... I'm going to have to wind it fairly soon because things are brewing here, and I'm being picked up shortly to go to a carol service where I'm going to sing my heart out.
Oh, that will make you feel so much better.
Well, I always feel a bit yuck about Christmas unless I can sing some carols.
I want to do it, but I haven't had arrangements. I've had to sing them by myself.
Yeah.
When no one's listening.
Sure. Yeah, I always feel that, it's just sort of... I mean, I don't feel the voluminous religious sense that others feel.
No, I don't either, but it's just therapeutic to do it.
Yeah, just to sing the carols. I like singing the carols, and
It's a lot to do with nostalgia.
Yeah.
And it's a lot to do with just joining with the past.
That's right.
And it's also a lot to do with just the pleasure of singing good songs.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. For a very long time, for 10 years, I used to play in the Messiah in the Turak Uniting Church in the orchestra. And,
right.
And that was always sort of a Christmas thing that I looked forward to. And Peter Ross used to conduct it, and it was a scratch orchestra and a choir, and it was just great. We did the whole Messiah. It was every year. Did it for 10 years. And that was always Christmas. I always felt that I was sort of initiated into the season. And it was a big play. It was huge. And, and since then, in more recent times, I suppose, one of the schools I used to teach at had a huge carol service with organ and full symphony orchestra and a choir of 800, and it was enormous. And we did that for a very long time, for 15 years. And I just love, especially Hark the Herald and the big. I just love playing in the orchestra and feeling the scope of it all.
Oh yeah.
They're the things that sort of made Christmas. But in more recent times, I've really lost that connection. And so if there's anything that's on offer, I'll jump at it. So that's what's happening in about half an hour. So before that, I can say that we've picked up quite a few LPs as well in various op shops. Now, I don't think I'm letting the cat out of the bag. I don't think Olivia's in earshot, but
okay.
I was able to, for her Christmas present, she asked me specifically for ELO's Time.
Right.
The album Time. Now, we listened to it online while we were on the way back from our walk last week. And now if I can find it here, it's amongst this pile of records. And maybe it's gone walking. We'll see if we can find it. Oh, what has it gone? I had it in my hand a minute ago. Oh, here it is. It's up on the bench. This is I don't know much about ELO, and I'm being initiated by Olivia and others who have chosen to share their interest in ELO. And we played this and wound the windows down and played it loud in the car while we're driving back from Inverloch last week. And she said, if you want to get me a present, please find this album. Well, I went to Dixon's Recycled Records this morning. I rang them up, and lo and behold, they had a copy for sale.
Wow.
So I've got it in my hands now, and I don't think she's listening. She'll discover this tomorrow, but I should test it out before I give it to her.
I don't specifically know the album. I'll know tracks on it.
Sure. And Ticket to the Moon, I think, is the famous one.
Yeah.
That's track number 4. So we might defer to that. We'll have a listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's the 4th track. And Jet Records, ELO. And so a bit of a gear change, but I reckon this will be nice to have a listen to, this track. So I think we're set. I'll just check in with the noise reduction. I'll do a needle drop and the music of ELO. Some good philosophical missions, vk3sl.
Well, I came a long way to be here today, and I left you so long on this avenue. And here I stand in the strangest land, not knowing what to say or do. As I gaze around at these strangers in town, I guess the only stranger is me. And I wonder, yes I wonder, is this the way life's meant to be? I was taken away and left standing here looking in wonder. Oh, the ground at my feet, maybe it's just the old street, but everything that I know lies under. And when I see what they've done to this place that was home, shame is all that I
its ivory towers and its plastic flowers. I wish I was back in 1981. Just to see your face instead of this place. Now I know what you mean to me. Ooh, and I wonder, yes I wonder, is this the way life's meant to be?
That was the music of ELO, and I actually played the wrong track there, so a bit of a miscue, but I let it run. It was good.
All right.
It's good.
Your signal has just gone up by about 30 dB.
Oh, okay, right. Well, so there we go. We're listening to.
Never heard that track before.
Yes, from the album Time. Yes, lots of philosophical meanderings at the moment. It's good. I need it too. And after this crazy year, it sort of puts everything in sharp relief and brings up lots of questions about life, the universe, and everything. Maybe I should play the whole series again of the famous Douglas Adams thing.
Oh, look, why not? Once before too long. Anyway.
Yeah, look, at some point I'll have to play it all again because I need something that sort of
clears the head.
Yes, it does. It certainly does. Well, look, before winding up, I've got to wind up fairly soon because I'm being picked up soon. I will play the correct track, which was Ticket to the Moon. It's ELO, and it's track 4 on this record. So I'll play this as a ride out today.
I will say bye for now.
Yeah, look, thank you, Frank. Thanks for coming up. Thanks for your company. And
It's good.
Look, it's been fun. I've really enjoyed discovering this new box of records here.
What a surprise.
It's been really good, yeah.
$10 this year.
Yes, it's my best Christmas present. So there's quite a few missions in that box. So we'll unpack them and discover it as we go, as we always do.
Well, I may be on late. If you could leave the frequency.
Yes, I'll leave 2 meters open.
Listen anyway.
Yeah, I'll certainly leave 2 meters on open, and we'll hear maybe some of a little bit of JSB and a bit of Handel and a bit of nostalgic Christmas music.
There's a song that I heard last night, which I would request.
Oh, please tell me. What was it?
It's to do with Christmas.
Yeah.
It's called. Let me just think what it's called.
Sure.
Okay. Merry Christmas, you suckers.
Yeah, okay. Merry Christmas, you suckers. All right, it's on the list. Well,
it's right in the spirit of Chris.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Tells it like it is.
Okay, that sounds most excellent. Well, we'll dial it up. Do you know who the artist is?
It's somebody called someone Roberts.
Okay, Roberts.
That's the first name.
Okay, it's all written down, and we'll explore that one.
MBS had a very interesting program last night on the history of carols.
Oh, really? Oh, that would have been
very well done.
Yay! Well, that would have been really interesting to hear.
Was.
Yeah. Well, I suppose there's all sorts of sort of connections to particularly Germanic culture.
A lot of German, a lot of French.
Yeah.
They're the main sources. British, of course.
Yes. Okay. I always associate the music of Benjamin Britten and Vaughan Williams as well. So yeah.
Yes, well, you got Ben's lovely ceremony of carols.
That's right. I've got a historic recording of that here, actually, and I probably play a bit of that tonight as well.
Oh, it's lovely.
Maybe we'll just have a few sort of short and shiny offerings tonight to look at nostalgic Christmas. Maybe we'll see. Yeah. Well, thanks, Frank.
Good.
Well, if I don't speak to you tonight, have a lovely Christmas
And
day.
to you likewise, and family.
Yeah, and to your family too. And we'll. And I don't think I certainly won't be around tomorrow afternoon, but maybe Sunday, because the family are all going up to the farm. I'm not, because I need to go and do another walk.
Okay.
I'm taking my
You're in the
leave.
walking mood.
I really am. I just want to escape. So
Yeah, I'll probably make it Sunday.
yeah, sure. So I'll probably be around Sunday. I think. Oh, there's something on, but look, if I'm not there, I'm not there.
Yep,
But
that's cool.
we'll just take one step at a time. Okay. Well, we'll wind up now with Ticket to the Moon. Thanks again, and we'll maybe speak tonight. Otherwise, sometime soon.
You bet. Take care.
So good.
Okay.
Okay.
Arkley.
All right. Now let's see if we've got the needle in the groove. No, not quite. Track number 4. I had track 5 before, but I think we're okay. vk3sl saying cheerio and have a good day tomorrow.
When things were so uncomplicated, I wish I could go back there again, and everything could be the same. I've got a ticket to the moon. I'll be leaving here any day soon. Yeah, I've got a ticket to the moon, but I'd rather see the sunrise in your eyes. Got a ticket to the moon. I'll be rising high above the earth so soon, and the tears I cry might turn into the rain that gently falls upon your window. You'll never know. Ticket to the moon, ticket to the moon, ticket to the
Just on the border of your waking mind, there lies another time, where darkness and light are one. And as you tread the halls of sanity, you feel so glad to be unable to go beyond. I have a message from another time.
She's only programmed to be very nice, but she's as cold as ice. Whenever I get too near, she tells me that she likes me very much, but when I try to touch, she makes it all too clear. She is the latest in technology, almost mythology, but she has a heart of stone. She has an IQ of 1001. She has a jumpsuit on, but she's also a telephone.
Is that what you want? Is it what you want? Is it what you really want? Is it what you really want? Is that what you want? Is it what you want? Is it what you really want?
I realize that it must seem so strange that time is rearranged, but time has the final word. She knows I think of you, she reads my mind. She tries to be unkind. She knows nothing of our world. Although her memory bags overflow, no one would ever know, for all she says is that what you want. Maybe one day I'll feel a cold embrace and kiss her into face. Till then, I'll leave her alone.
I love you, sincerely, just truly, just truly. Is that what you want? Is it what you want? Is it what you really want? Is it what you really want? Is that what you want? Is it what you want? Is it what you really want?
Is that what you want?
Remember the good old 1980s when things were so uncomplicated. I wish I could go back there again, and everything could be the same. I've got a ticket to the moon. I'll be leaving here any day soon. Yeah, I've got a ticket to the moon, but I'd rather see the sunrise in your eyes. Got a ticket to the moon. I'll be rising high above the earth so soon, and the tears I cry might turn into the rain that gently falls upon your window. You'll never know. Ticket to the moon, to the moon. Ticket to the moon, to the moon. Ticket to the moon, ticket to troubled sky, up to a new world, shining bright. Whoa, whoa. Flying high above, soaring madly through the mysteries that come, wondering sadly if the ways that led me here could turn around and I would see you there. Standing there, ticket to the moon. Flight leaves here today from satellite 2. As the minutes go by, what shall I do? I paid the fare. today, and I left you so long on this avenue. And here I stand in the strangest land, not knowing what to say or do. As I gaze around at these strangers in town, I guess the only stranger is me. And I wonder, yes I wonder, is this the way life's meant to be? Although it's only a day since I was taken away and left standing here looking in wonder. Oh, the ground at my feet, maybe it's just the old street, but everything that I know lies under. And when I see what they've done to this place that was home, shame is all that I feel. Oh, and I wonder, yes I wonder, is this the way life's meant to be? Too late to cry, the people say. Too late for you, too late for me. You've come so far, now you know everything, my friend. Look and see the wonders of our world. And I wonder, yes I wonder, is this the way life's meant to be? As I wander around this wreck of a town where people never speak aloud, with its ivory towers and its plastic flowers, I wish I was back in 1981. Just to see